Hi, everybody. I'm Coach Abby.
And I'm Coach Flowers. And today we're going to show you how to navigate the CDA website or the Your Council website to create your initial CDA application.
Okay, so the reason we decided to do this today is that in our training classes, one of the number one questions we get is, how do I navigate this website? I'm so confused. Please hold my hand. So we're going to hold your hand.
We're going to show you how to create that initial application to register for your CDA PD specialist observation and for the CDA assessment. So Abby is going to go to the Your Council website. The link to that website will be found in the comment section below. It says, welcome to Your Council.
Okay, so what I've done is I've gone in and I've pre-filled all the information that they're requesting. My first name and last name, obviously I just kind of made that up because I already have an account with them. And then I selected email and I put in my email address. I selected the type of address, which in this case was my home address, 4400 Angela Drive. And I needed to enter my city, state, zip code, and United States was already pre-filled for me. I selected the type of phone, which was in my case a home, could have been mobile. And I entered the 10-digit phone number. I created a username, which does have to be all lowercase or they will make you start over. And then a password. Since most passwords, they don't give the requirements here, but since most passwords do require a mixture of letters, numbers, and at least one special character, I made sure that I included all those components in my password. And then I entered my date of birth. So after that, we can go ahead and submit. Okay. So that takes us to a very intimidating looking page with lots of tabs. So we are going to walk through the next step.
Okay, so where you want to go is where it says to your on the left-hand side when you're looking at the screen, there's a tab, a bar, a menu bar, and you want to click on CDA Initial Application. So you're going to click there, CDA Initial Application, and you're going to create a new CDA application. As you go through and see to create a new CDA application, it is going to give you instructions here. And the instructions, it will tell you during the pre-application, the things you would need. It will tell you to make sure that you've completed the CDA requirements, which is 120 clock hours of education and your work experience, sorry. And the first aid and CPR.
Okay. And that notification I just got is that I just received an email from CDA, which we'll look at that in a second after we go through the rest of this. So we will save and continue because we do meet all the requirements.
It's going to ask you to verify your address and the information you put is correct. If you had started or initiated an application at one time and information has changed, you can edit this information here. This is all correct, so we're going to save and continue.
One of the questions that we also get asked is about the employment. You do not have to include it right here because that information will be included in your CDA binder when you're all done with the whole process and you get observed. So that is optional.
All right, here's our pre-application information. It says the credential type being pursued. This is where you choose. If you have an infant toddler book, you need to do the infant toddler CDA. If you have the center-based 3 through 5 preschool, you're going to choose that one. If you're doing home visitor, you'll choose that one. And family child care, you'll choose that one. Remember that your CDA book has to match the type of application that you are creating today.
Okay.
So Abby, you have the center-based infant toddler CDA book. So she chose the infant toddler credential type being pursued. Next, it's going to ask you the program type. What type of program are you in? Is it privately owned? Are you with the high school CTE program? Are you in a Head Start, an Army, Air Force, Marine, Navy, migrant worker, a tribal Head Start, early Head Start, a hippie, or public school? So you choose the type of setting that your observation is going to take place in. Abby's is going to be in a private school, so she's going to choose private. If you selected a high school program, it does want you to list the name of your high school there. If not, you should choose the highest level of education that you completed. Abby has completed high school, so she's going to choose that. And do you require special accommodations for the CDA exam? If you have any type of IEP or special needs where you require special accommodations, you can click yes. If not, you're going to click no. If you do not have written approval, in some type of document to get special accommodations, you do want to choose no. And save and continue.
Thank you.
Language specialization. This is if you are seeking to have a CDA in a different language other than English, then you will select a language specialization. If you are doing your CDA in English and they're observing you with children that only speak English, you do want to make sure you only choose the English CDA. If you work in a bilingual program, you can choose the bilingual specialization, or if you work in a program that speaks a different language other than English, then you may choose that language here. So Abby's program speaks English and only that, so she's going to choose that as her language specialization and save and continue.
Okay, so since I won't be typing, I'll give Ms. Coach Flowers the break. So this work experience history, as we talked about before, is optional. It is completely up to you. We will not add it right now, though. And I guess I shouldn't have scrolled so fast. Do you want to explain before we start entering?
This is the professional education history. It says this optional section for pre-application provides you a tool to log your training hours as you complete them. So this section here is also optional. If you want to log training hours here and keep a record of them in your council, you can, but it is not required. So we're going to click save and next because we will have a copy, and all of you should have a copy of your professional education inside your CDA binder. This page here says, do you want to cancel your application? You're going to click no, you do not want to cancel your application. And finally, we are completed the pre-application status part of the application. So we have to initiate the CDA application by submitting, and then we should get an email that will tell us the next steps.
Okay, so at this point, I will go ahead and check my email box to see which notifications I received. Okay, so we are now in my junk email that I only use for things that I get notifications about, because we know those notifications can pile up. But when you go to do yours, please make sure that it's an email that you can get alerts on and that you check on a regular basis so that you don't miss anything. So the first thing I have for them from the council is nice little bilingual thing too. Lets me know that I can go to the bottom of the page if I need to read this in Spanish. And it lets me know that I've successfully created my profile, and that it's nice that my username and my password are here if I need them, if I forget them too. And then the second email that I received is letting me know that the initial application process has been completed. And then they give me some tutorials for the next steps. So that is it. We will be back with some other videos, and we'll be back with how to continue this application as well.
Bye.